I am a surgical resident in otolaryngology and head and neck surgery at Western University. My involvement with About Face comes from a very personal story growing up with a hemangioma, which I was born with. It wasn't until medical school and that I discovered About Face, and not only how I could relate to this community and the experiences that these people endure, but also how I really want to contribute to it as a healthcare provider that interacts with patients with facial differences every day. I think when we interact with these patients, it's important to recognize that how we respect and address them is very influential to how they grow as individuals. It is very much a part of your identity, but it's not all of you. And when you interact with these individuals, I understand where they're coming from with the fact that they're proud to be unique, but there's so much more to them than their facial difference, and they're defined by so much more. I was very honored to not only volunteer with About Face, but become a part of this new healthcare provider committee and act as the chair of that currently. I lead a fantastic group of volunteers also working in healthcare, and collectively we're working on several projects to improve the understanding and representation of facial difference community, particularly within individuals training to be in healthcare. As healthcare professionals, we all learn how to advocate for our patients from a medical standpoint, from treatment, from interventions and investigations. Schools don't teach how to advocate for the social aspects of a patient, particularly in the facial difference community. Our committee's goals are to ensure that people within the healthcare fields understand how to specifically advocate for people with facial differences, because they have these unique needs of understanding how large social interactions are a part of their health and a part of their well-being. Personally, as a child, I would call my facial difference my pizza bubble and have joked with children about my own pizza bubble, and they've been able to laugh and share with me how they like their appearance of their facial difference, how they are very proud of it, and how it makes them very unique. As a person with a facial difference, I can recall several very negative experiences, unfortunately, having a facial difference, one of which was when I was at a Halloween party and was told I didn't need a costume, referring to my facial difference. And it was when my surgeon took the time to listen to that story, as well as examining me and doing what he is supposed to do as a healthcare provider, really emphasized how much he cared and how much he understood me completely as an individual, not just as a patient with a hemangioma. I draw on those experiences every day in my interactions, and it makes me a better provider every day. If you're interested in learning more about the facial difference community, or if you're a healthcare provider that wants to understand this community better for the benefit of your patients, please go to aboutface.ca to learn more.